I just need to describe where I'm at and where this happened. This happened approximately 3 miles from my home. And that is 3 miles going towards Red Rock Canyon and the Pine Mountains, or I mean the Spring Mountains, and specifically the Madre Mountain. So it's only 3 miles away, but I was at my computer on that day. It was December 11th, 2019. And this never happens to me, but I just got an urge to get up and go out. And I even grabbed my camera. And I'll be damned if I looked over there and I didn't see something amazing going on. And once again, it's 3 miles. I just gotta make this clear with people right away. When helicopters fly over, and they fly over every day, I can hear them coming while I'm in the house. And I can get outside and be about the time they come over because they're so loud. And, you know, especially the Metro helicopter, it's very loud. And it's a kind of a badass helicopter. But anyway, didn't hear anything, went out there and saw lights and just got I got my night vision on it. And it was a moonlit night. It was really nice. Beautiful. So it made the video even better because that's the binocular that I actually gave to this lady. And for 57 minutes, man, I filmed this thing doing stuff you would just not believe. I saw it. It looked like there were glowing spheres, like white, coming up and down out of this thing, almost like they were doing an extraction. But then I saw one going up, and this just gave it away to me, was when you're hoisting something with a helicopter. And by the way, I'm a veteran. I was in the Navy for 3 years active and 3 years inactive. And I was also with the Gator Navy. I was with the Navy Seabees, the SEALs, assault crafts, you know, all the river boats and all that. That was the group I was with. I've seen a lot of stuff, man, but one thing this thing did was, at one time it was raising something up, glowing. And so imagine my hand is the helicopter right here, and this thing's coming up. Well, when you see something going up that's being hoisted up, it should go into the middle of what's pulling it up, right? This thing was swinging a bit, and it was way out to the side going up. Then there was a time where it was going up, and then this object just takes off, and this thing's still going up to go into it. I can tell you, man, I mean, unless it's just a really big emergency, military helicopter, when they're hoisting somebody into the helicopter, it's rare that they would ever get underway while they're still raising somebody up into that helicopter. So just all of this went on. I just kept seeing unbelievable visuals from this thing. And the thing about the night vision on that night, because of the sun, because of the moonlight, not only could I see all of the homes that I was shooting over the roofs of in my neighborhood, but I could also see the mountains. I could see bushes, trees, rocks. I could see everything on the mountains. This thing just never looked the same 2 times in a row, but it also, in 57 minutes, it never looked like a helicopter. And the reason I keep bringing helicopters up is when I have videos like this that are really amazing, they are always more controversial. And I get a lot of people saying, oh, that's a helicopter, you know, and I try not to let it drag me down because I fully expect those kind of comments anyway. But, you know, in other comments, I get comments like on that one. I get a comment from a guy says, I've been a helicopter mechanic and a pilot for X amount of years, a lot of years. And I can just tell you that is not a helicopter. I had one other guy that I love this one. He said it's a helicopter, but it's from another dimension, you know, and I got a kick out of that. But the one that really got to me is I got a message from a gentleman that I recognize his name. His name is Rick Doty. And he just said, you know, I can't say much, but I can tell you that that video might prove to be historic. Of course it hasn't, but he said it might be. And when I looked him up, I found out that he, of all people, was famous for being a debunker in the Air Force. That was his job, but not anymore. Now he's one of those guys that's stepping out. He's telling the truth. And I did message him back, and I says, "Can you tell me more?" And he says, "No, not really, but So that was an amazing thing, though. And then the other thing is that when you do these videos, you see things at a higher level of clarity than any video that's published. You also see everything that's in the background. Things that you're not showing everybody. Even though I try to always show the entire video, not 20 seconds of the most sensational period. I show, if it's an hour long, I show the whole hour. And what I noticed is that when this vehicle was leaving that area, it came even closer to my area, but it was at an altitude where, at a distance, it was still lower than the trees. But in some of the trees that were closer, I could see there was another one, just like it, just sitting there waiting. Tiny little one. And it wasn't even involved. It never did any of these maneuvers. They even had a green glowing orb of some kind in that thing. But once again, when I looked at this object, it did not resemble a helicopter. At one point, it resembled a triangle when it was over a roof, and you could just see it as clear as day. I actually even took it down for a while because I wanted to have only videos that I was 100% sure that they were UFOs up. So I don't think I have it up right now, but I'm probably going to put it back up again because you just run across the weirdest things. People contact you never heard of before, telling you they work with MUFON or they're some kind of investigator. And I've even asked for their help on like this newest one, this shapeshifter from the daytime.